Hey everyone, welcome to Secret Trysts. Let's get started. My girlfriend had been missing from home the entire night after going out with her friends, and I was apprehensive. Her friends have now called me and exposed the apparent lie that my girlfriend of 4.5 years, is cheating on me. She left the house at 11:09 p.m. tonight and hasn't returned until almost 5 a.m. My girlfriend, unemployed for 4 years, occasionally goes out on weeknights with her girlfriends in a major city near me. I received email alerts on our shared IP address, and on Wednesday morning, I noticed that she had taken an Uber ride. She also dropped off her friends. As the route passed their homes, she was dropped off outside my apartment at 2 in the morning. After receiving the alert, I started to get suspicious. I can find my iPhone on her iPad and see that her phone is nearby, about 4 blocks away, on the same street where Uber claims she was dropped off. Since this is a DSE apartment building, I can't just walk over there to see what's happening. The building likely has multiple apartments besides the one where the GPS indicates she is. I'm freaking out. I've texted and called her since 4:45 a.m. but never heard back. I've called each of her pals twice, and no one has answered. I'm so concerned about her well-being. Is she cheating? Any advice would be greatly appreciated. My heart is pounding so hard that I'm not sure whether to call her again, wait, or call the police. Besides, if her phone is in an apartment, I can't hear it, so I will walk around the neighborhood right now. Maybe she was mugged or something and just left because she lives on the same block as the hospital. I'll be back in about 20 minutes. Edit. I went up there since there was no way I could have looked through each unit and noticed nothing unusual or noteworthy. When you meet her again, ask her what she was doing and see if she is lying about where she was. Don't go to the worst just yet, etc. Thank you, Opie. That was my plan. My biggest concern is that she might claim one of her friends was dragged to a guy's apartment and passed out there or something. Even if she does that, I'm angry that she didn't call me when she needed to go home because it's only 4 blocks away. I would have walked there and back with her. She knows that comment. Does she have a history of binge drinking? If yes, then it's possible that she passed out while drinking with friends and forgot to call. In which case, I'd have a conversation with her about how it's never acceptable to leave someone to worry about themselves like this, Opie. Since her father was hurt over the summer, she has resigned from her job. Although her father has fully recovered, she has refused to look for work. She has been out drinking with friends 1 night a week and 1 weekend night. She will also spend 1 weekend night out with me. So yes, she will drink excessively and drive her girls crazy. She leaves at 10 miles or 11 miles and typically returns home between 3 miles and 4 miles. However, I rarely see an Uber receipt on my iPad indicating that she was dropped off at my apartment at 2 a.m. Comment well. If everything is good and there haven't been any instances of cheating and she's okay, then there are some problems that need to be resolved, but I'm straying and that's a whole other post. Hopefully this is an isolated incident and she's at a friend's house. Good luck, and I hope everything is going well. I didn't know whether to cry or get upset, so I accepted the wait-and-see approach. I'm trying her and her friends roughly once every 45 minutes to an hour to see if I can speak with anyone update. Talking to people here has meant a lot, and calmed me down 2 hours ago. Her friend called and claimed to have spent the night with her, but this is a blatant CU lie. I will take a short break from Reddit, but we'll update after we talk. I'm trying my hardest to remain calm right now. Good luck. This upgrade is ridiculous. She told me over the phone that everyone stayed at her friend's apartment. I'm watching iCloud. The phone hasn't moved. I believe her friends have nailed her coffin shut. In any case, she can only come from the friend's apartment from 2 directions. The location where iCloud says she is in a different direction. When I see her start to move, I will wait outside around the corner and catch her walking back from an impossible situation. Uber and iCloud claim that this is a lie. Guidance, according to the narrative she intends to pitch to me. Update 3. To recap, my 4.5-year girlfriend went out in a big city with some pals. We have an iPad together. When I woke up and looked at the iPad next to the bed, I saw an Uber ride ticket showing that my girlfriend had been dropped off at her house at 2:07 a.m. My phone was displayed 4 blocks away on the same street when I used the Find My iPhone app on the iPad to follow her and check whether she was okay. I was able to contact her or any of her friends at 9 a.m. this morning, so let me give you an update. This was a lie because this friend's apartment was nowhere near the apartment 4 blocks up the road from me. I am still determining whose apartment this is. I said that was okay, and asked to speak to my girlfriend, but was told I couldn't because she had just left. Usually it should take about 20 minutes to get from my friend's apartment to my apartment. More than an hour passed, and still no GF. Her friend called me at 9:00 a.m. and sounded panicked. OMG, your GF returned to my place last night and fell asleep. We both got drunk. I apologize that no one called or texted you. I chose to call her, and as soon as I heard the beep at the end of the ringtone, I knew she was talking to someone else. I had been watching her on Discover My iPhone, leave the mystery apartment, stop on a street corner for about 15 minutes, then walk a different route. She was buying groceries, so when she finally arrived at 10:15 a.m., her excuse was that the shuttle was slow today, and that she stopped to get some fresh fruit. She didn't apologize or anything, and now she's acting like I'm a psychopath for caring where she had been all night, even though it's not typical for her to stay out late. Instead, she usually calls or texts me on her way home from the city. Okay, so we go inside, and I say, "Tell me about your night." She responds, "We just went to the club." I asked if they stayed there all night, and she told me they did, which is another lie. Uber claims she was picked up at the club at 1:50 a.m., but local clubs close at 4:00 a.m. Usually she returns home between 3:00 and 4:00 a.m. When I asked if they had gone anywhere else, they said no, and since we were pretty drunk, we went straight from the club to my friend's apartment, where I passed out on the couch. This makes no sense at all, as evidenced by the Uber receipt. At this point, she makes it evident that she was dropped off at my place. I ask her, "Are you sure you're telling me everything?" She becomes heated. I already have an overbearing brother and a father, so why the... I let her go out with her friends alone, 2 or 3 nights a week. She goes out with them infrequently. At this point, I told her about the Uber ride receipt and showed her screenshots of the Find My iPhone app. Can't I go out with my friends for one night without you all over my ass about it? I showed her the journal detailing my attempts to contact her and convey my concern about the reaction. Do you know why you're calling me out for concomburn? I keep trying to tag myself on Facebook, but it always appears my phone is somewhere else. This is where the story unravels. We dropped off all the girls at the apartment first, then Uber drove me here. However, I couldn't find the apartment keys anywhere, so instead of calling you, waking you up, or ringing the buzzer to get in, I chose to walk to my friend's apartment. Mind. I'm not lying. I went straight to my friend's apartment. Nevertheless, I went there. She was in a simple club outfit with no jacket. It was 14 degrees last night. The streets and sidewalks here are sheets of ice. There is no way she walked a 35-minute walk at 2 a.m. 6 in heels in those conditions, through the dangerous area in 13 degrees. No chance she tells me I'm an one, and need to believe her. She tells me she's telling the truth. She even says check my phone, and miraculously there's no call log of whoever she was speaking with from around 9:45 a.m. when I tried calling, and there's a whole text convo of her talking with her friend about how they spent the night at friend's apartment. Mind you, these texts are all sent during the time period where I see her, UNF Find My iPhone, leave the apartment and hang out on a random corner. These girls were straight plotting, so I calmly told her that I'm not buying it, and that I'm ending the relationship immediately. I packed a large bag in front of her with my clothing and laptop, etc. And I'm leaving within the next half hour. She's basically pretending this isn't happening. She's acting cool about it. She's just saying in normal speaking voice, "Well, if this is what you want to do, I won't stop you." So that's that. I think that she thinks I'm going to... I believe that she believes she can push the limits and win. I'm not wrong, right? If Find My iPhone says you're up the block, don't tell me you stayed a 10-minute car right away. The GPS is not inaccurate. This is, as do you like, trustworthy science. We have a trip to the mountains in Florida scheduled within the next 30 days, and all of our friends are overlapping. In any case, I don't know if she cheated, but I'm 99.9999% positive that she stayed somewhere else and is actively trying to cover it up. She's even trying to blame me for being possessive. I don't know what will happen to me from this point on. She labeled me crazy and a stalker, and she acts as though it doesn't matter if I go. I'm leaving, so please leave a remark if you have any advice or condolences for me as I begin my new life. I intend to stay at my parents' place until I can find new housing arrangements, so I'll check back later this afternoon. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart for your insightful comments and advice this morning. I was in a horrible place, and I don't know what I would have done without you guys. I felt like I was having a panic attack. She attempted to gaslight you, but you did the right thing and remained firm. Opie, I have evidence that Apple's GPS is not malfunctioning as she claims. If it were, I would expect to see her in TOA, Kansas or somewhere else, not 4 blocks away from me, given that she should be with her friends in the city next to mine. Her explanation for leaving the Uber cab also needs to add up. I have sufficient proof to declare her a liar, and I will never accept dishonesty in my romantic life. I apologize, man, but even if all she says is true, it doesn't change the fact that she felt no need to call or text me and expected me to be grateful. Nor did I receive an apology for her arriving home at 10:15 a.m. following a night out without sending you a text or hearing from her friends. If a girl would do that to you after 4.5 years, you're wasting your time. If you're enjoying this, subscribe and ring the bell for more.